Guys, welcome back inside another video, and this time we're gonna be doing something a bit different. So as you know, I normally upload Arduino content on my channel, but this time I'm gonna be doing a bit of coding in Python. So I'll just be explaining the basic functions and a few stuff you can do with these basic functions. So yeah, let's get into the video. So I'll be doing a calculator here, as you can see, and the place I am using to write and run this code is a place called Algorithmics Academy. So this is a really cool place where you can learn Python, and you have teachers which teach you, and it's extremely good. And I highly recommend it if you're either a beginner or even if you've been coding Python for a few years, because they will teach you the basics, and then by the end of a few classes you'll be up to a point where you can build your own game. So please do check it out. I will leave the link in the description, and now we can get on into the video. So this is quite similar to Arduino. If you know, in Arduino, as you know actually, we have to define our constants and our variables in the beginning. So instead of defining them in a whole new line in Python, we just do it over here. So number 1, number 2, and number 3 are all variables in this case. So number 1 is a variable, so number 1 equals int, which is integer, then input, and then what is the first number. So as you know, int stands for integer, and then input is a new type of code which actually allows the user to input information to the computer. So we can actually type our answer into the question. And the question is this: what is the first number? So if you saw that there are quotation marks around what is the first number, so it's there, and it's at the beginning. So this is because it's in a string. So what it does is what is the first number will now display onto the screen. Strings and integers are two opposite, are very different, I should say. Integers are numbers, while strings normally are characters and letters. So if you mix them up, it will show that your code is not correct, and you will have to change it. So even if you do have to ever mix up integers and strings, then you have to define them before you actually run the code in the proper places, so the code knows what to do and where to do it. So integer input, what is the first number? So you can basically type your answer into what is the first number. And then 1 second, just lost connection anyway. Yeah, and then it's the same thing for number 2 and number 3. It's the same code, but instead of its first number, it's just first, second, and third number. And then we have a new function or a new command here called print. So print is a function which allows the computer to print in the place where it runs the code. So just like over here, what is the first number? It will display on the screen the answer is. And then you can see here, since it's a calculator, it has to be able to do math. So it's saying number 1 times number 2 times number 3. So as you know, number 1, number 2, and number 3 are all variables. And what the computer can actually do is that it can take the input of each one and then multiply it. So the input for the variable number 1 times the input for the variable number 2 times the input for the variable number 3. So for example, if I answer to variable number 1 for the first number as 5, and then I put 5 again, and then I put 5 again, it would basically say 5 times 5, which is 25, times another 5. So basically it can do math extremely quickly, just like a calculator. So now if we do run the code, we should get an answer for our math. So I'm gonna do it for simple right now. So 5 and then again enter 5 and then 5. So that is extremely simple. 5 times 5, 25, and then times another 5, which is 125. So of course you can use a bunch of bigger numbers for this, and I'll do it right now. Just random numbers: 147, 659, and 300 and or 939. So it does give you the right answer every single time. Of course, if you were also wondering, you can also change the math function from multiplication to addition, but you also change it. And each place you can do division with a slash, and of course you can do multiplication with the normal, or sorry, you can do subtraction with the normal subtraction sign. So now if we try again, this might be a bit weird because we are subtracting three numbers. So 1000 minus 400 minus just do 400 again. So of course 1000 basically minus 800 equals 200. So that is how to do a simple calculator. You can also of course change, you can also comment out this, so it will not include number 3, or you can simply not add a number 3, so you could just do it with the two numbers. So yeah, that's a few simple functions on Python and how to do a calculator on Python. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.